Go ahead.
Yes, it's hard because I was raised as a Christian child. We was in church every Sunday. Um, we prayed together. It's just like I was just a church going person. My family is church going, and to come out and just tell them that I'm gay, it was really hard for me, and I didn't know how to do it. But it was funny because when I did finally got the courage to come out and tell them, they was like, "Oh, we already knew. We were just waiting for you to tell us." Then I'm like, "Well, why did y'all wait for us to tell?" Because it's like it wasn't none of their business. They would rather, they waited for me to come to them instead of them coming to me. So they was respecting me as a person and respecting my privacy. In other words,
What do you think the hardest part about you coming out was?
the hardest part of me coming out was I thought my sisters and my brother would take my nieces and nephews away from me, and they mean the world to me. I'll do anything for them, and and I thought they would shut me out, and I think that would hurt the most. It wouldn't be so bad if my sisters or my brothers like, I don't want to talk to you no more because you're gay. The fact that I couldn't communicate or talk to my nieces and my nephews, that's what would hurt, because I do have an impact on their lives, and they love me and I love them. They always ask me why I don't spend enough time with them and why I don't come see them. And it's not because I don't want to, it's because I'm working, I'm in a different state, and I'm trying to live my own life and get myself together where I can be able to help them when they get older or as they becoming into teenagers or learning, themselves. And if they have any questions or anything that they want to ask me, they can ask me. And I'm be honest with them. And they know I'm gay, because simple fact, they ask questions among themselves, and you always got one in the bunch that'll be like, Uncle Pete, so and so say this here about you, and it tickles me, but it's funny. But I love them and I respect them, and I'm gonna be respectful of them, and I want them to be respectful of me, and that's what it all boils down to.
Okay. I have, I want to say 12. I have 12 nieces and nephews, and they all know me and they all love me very much. I consider them my children because I don't think I'm gonna have children. I may have one if that's a stretch, but and I have four. Sorry, four godchildren. So I live vicariously through them as they are my surrogate children. Do you feel that same way about your nieces and nephew? And if so, what do you do to prepare them for the things that are not so sugar coated? Because us living in the gay life, we see the rawness, the edginess of everything that life has to offer. So how do you sugarcoat things, or do you not sugarcoat things for them? Do you tell them how it is point blank and period, or like how do you prepare them for like the rough things that life has to offer and the questions that life has to offer?
Of course I tell them if they have questions or anything to ask me, I tell them to ask me. Now, do their parents approve of it? No. Because they feel like they're kids and a lot of stuff they should know. But we, as kids ourselves, as we were growing up, we were sheltered. A lot of things were hid from us. A lot of things we had to learn on our own. I don't want that for my nieces and nephews. I mean, even though I know my mother, my sister, my brother, they be trying to sugarcoat things and hide things from them. And I know they get upset with me because they don't tell me they get upset with me, but I can feel they get upset with me. They're like, they don't want their kids to know this and know that. But my thing is, I would like for them to know because we had a sheltered life and it was hard for us. I don't want it to be the same way for them. I want them to live differently than what we live. We lived a sheltered life. Our mothers didn't let us go out and stay at, like, we don't know what it is to have a sleepover, or friends come stay at your house, or you go out with your friends. No, we didn't have that. We didn't do that. It was more like you come home from school and you be with your family. If we hung out with anybody, it was our cousins, and 9 times out of 10, most of the time, we didn't hang out that much unless we was like actually staying in the same house.
And that's funny to me, and I think that raised a question as to why I'm so different from everybody else, because I grew up in a family of 5 boys and I was raised by my father, and we did what the fuck we wanted. If
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to spend a night while my parents was out at work, then that was cool. My mom wasn't there. My father was a truck driver. So we did whatever the fuck we wanted. We used to have sleepovers. We used to stay out to 12 o'clock in the morning, then go to school. We used to have friends sleep over at school nights, and it was all good. So I'm thinking, is that have a difference or a big major part into why I'm so accepting of myself and able to be myself in its full authentic form versus other people? Carl, what do you think about that?
It has a lot to do with it because when you have a parents that are a little bit more free will, that's what I would call it, free will.
Hippies.
I wouldn't say hippies, but a little bit more free will. Let you do what you want to do. You can do that. But no. Well, first of all, I used to have two parents. I still have two parents, but my parents got a divorce, and it was basically one mother trying to raise 4 kids. So it was hard for her to work and let us participate in things and let us go and be with our friends and stuff. Pretty much. I was the oldest, so therefore I had to be the one that helped take care of the youngest, which was a burden on me. I never, at first I didn't look at it like that because I'm like, that's my brothers and my sisters. I do what I can to help out. But then as I got older, I was like, okay, that was a burden for me because it didn't allow me to do what I wanted to do. It definitely didn't allow me to learn who I am or what I wanted to do. Like I'm 38 years old and I'm still frustrated because I don't know who I am or what I want to do. And I'm 38. So, it's just, I'm telling you, shelter life, it can be hard. It can be frustrating. It can keep you from doing your dreams or what you want to do. But do I regret it? No. Do I hate my parents? No, I don't. Everything is a lesson learned, and you learn from it, and you go from there. You don't continue to think about or have grudges or think about the past. You grow from it and you move on. You let stuff go. You don't hang on to it. Because I learned that when you hang on to the past, it won't allow you to move on to your future or to get what you want to do or to do.
Which is in the segment of the pain body of how your past and your future affects your current state. And for me, and what I'm trying to teach Carl is that we are living in the now, and the only thing that we can control is what's happening now in this moment as we record this document, to spread the word to others and young folks, to encourage them to do what they feel in their heart is right and what they feel that they are destined to do. So, with that said, do you think that you living as a gay person in this society with all the things that have to come with it, especially since we're in Atlanta, which is happened to be like the second most gay capital of the world, of America besides San Francisco, do you feel that you contribute to the gay population, or do you feel that you take away from the gay population by being yourself?
Um, do I contribute?
Hold that.